You know what I love about running into these guys, and I've been doing this such a long time, 20 years in television, 20 years play-by-play. I know I've said that many times, but a lot of the great coaches that were there, a lot of the assistant coaches that were there, still here in one form or another, the great student athletes of that era, now coaching, and I consider this guy truly one of the best of the next generation. But this is going to be a great matchup. Pine Richland, and I'm not going to get into a lot of the X and O's and the names and things of that nature. But what I noticed about your football team, and I was talking to Coach Render about it, you got a couple of linebackers. One young man is being recruited by Maryland and Syracuse and others, Vaccarello and Lehman. Let's talk about these guys and why this defense has been a big reason. Even though you got an exceptional sophomore quarterback, this defense has been a big reason why you've run the table so far.
Yeah, we have exceptional coaches. We have guys that think outside the box. It's not a defense that you're going to see on a week in, week out basis. We did some things different a bunch of years ago. They really have devised this from scratch on things that work, things that haven't worked. We've been fortunate enough to have some outside linebackers for the last 5 years that kind of fit the mold. We've been fortunate enough to have at least 5 defensive backs that can cover and tackle like linebackers. That's key also. And we've always been a smaller team here at Peters Township. We don't have guys that do your normal 3 technique, like the Corey kid over at Pine Richland. We've got smaller, strong, fast kids, and our defense is built on that. Those guys penetrate a lot. They let our Mike linebacker run, and then we have 2 long guys on the edge. So it really fits our type of kid we have here and we've had here. We've just been fortunate enough, like I said, I think the back end is where we've been extremely fortunate. Guys that can cover and tackle.
All right, so they switched over to the Wildcat with Tiller, 7th game of the season. Completely changed everything, but they had a hard time running against Penn Hills last week. Strader comes in, we all know about the heroics late in the game. Got one of the best linemen going to Wisconsin. I think the Bill Fralick Award winner already, hands down. So what do you do against Pine Richland?
We'll see what they come out in.
Right.
They're going to try to run the ball, obviously, and we're ready for that. That'll be one part of it. Strader kid's a real nice freshman. He's gained experience throughout the season. He looks electric out there on the field. So he's gotten a lot better, and obviously they trusted in him to have him in on that last drive against Penn Hills, and he made a place. So, he's a handful in itself. Their tailback's really good, and they've got a bunch of big guys, a bunch of linemen they moved to, tight end. So, the funny thing is we've dealt with that over the last couple of weeks. Moon is that's like getting in a fight in the phone booth, playing those guys. They've got about 8, 9, 10 linemen on the field. So we've seen that. Franklin Regional was a Wildcat team, ran the ball really well. Bethel Park runs the ball really well. So we've seen those types of team. I understand this is a championship game, and they've made it here for a reason.
How did they beat Central Catholic?
They ran the ball.
And then they controlled the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they ran the ball on them. So that's the number one thing that our defensive guys know that they have to stop. But they're able to throw the ball, and when you lull a team to sleep with the run, now you have the play action pass. So our guys are ready for it. They do a great job of our guys keeping their eyes on their reads, which is truly important, and I think we'll be up to the task.
Before I let you go, so what do you do now before game tomorrow at noon? Obviously a little tossing and turning tonight, but what goes through your mind? Obviously happy to be here, happy to be around your student athletes, but what are you thinking about?
Yeah, I'm going to try to. Thank you. I'm going to try to find a way to get to sleep. That's the thing. I think I was talking to kids earlier today. A lot of them were going to be. They're like, it's going to be like Christmas morning. They're not going to be able to get to sleep. So I'm being honest. I'm going to go home after this. I'm going to get our play sheets ready and everything done tonight, and I'm going to cook a nice fat steak, and I'm going to relax.
Invite me over. Somebody invite me over.
That's why I told you to meet me here, not my house this time.
Listen, you are truly the best. You're a great dad, great inspiration, and you've always been there for me, and I'll never forget it.
Appreciate it.
All right, so.
Thank you very much.
Off to see John Lagon, Pine Richland. Why am I doing it? Because I'm just a fan like the rest of you, and I love football. Don't forget tonight on KDK, because of my good friend Pat DeMayo, the Allegheny Health Network, and so many other sponsors, and the best crew anywhere. We've got that 4A semifinal. It's Lou Ciro, of course, Montour, Matt Humbert, McKeesport. Tomorrow, 5A championship on the line. Penn Peters Township, Pine Richland, then at 6 o'clock, North Allegheny Central Catholic, and then he, along with Coach LaDawn, Ryan Laymeyer, and Art Walker Jr. in the first hour of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show after local news at 11. Always more sports, never forget, 93.7 The Fan.